audio.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today in this video I'll show you the different types of selectors that are used in CSS. But first, let me tell you what is a selector and what a selector actually do. As you know, CSS selectors are simply used to select HTML elements. This may be your heading, button, paragraph, images, or more that simply you want to style. So in simpler terms, a selector tells CSS that hey, I want to style these elements on the web page. And these are the different types of selectors. So we will be covering the most commonly used selectors. So again, I'll be focusing more on the practical concepts. As for theories, you can go to any other websites or maybe any other docs. So let's start the video. So first, we simply have the universal selector. So let's say you simply have a paragraph, heading as well as a button. And let's say at once, you simply want to change the font style for all the elements, like for your heading, paragraph and button. That once, how you can do? That is with the help of universal selector. So to simply use universal selector, you need to have asterisk, then simply the font family, let's say to cursive. See, we change all the elements font at once using this universal selector. Then we simply have the element selector. That is, let's say you want to change the color of this paragraph. So element selector means simply picking the element with its name. As for this paragraph, simply the p tag, let's say simply background color to red. See, or let's say the button by simply its name. See, so this was your element selector. Now let's see the third type of selector. So the third type of selector is simply your class selector. So it means, let's say we simply have three H1s, and let's say we want to style this heading to, so that time we cannot use the element or maybe type selector. If we simply pick H1 and style, so this style will get applied to all the three headings. See, so that time we can simply go for class selector. Let's say simply class attribute, then let's say heading to, then to simply style the class selector, we need to use a dot with the name of the class. This time we give, see, this time the style got applied to the heading 2 that was having the class. Then let's say again, we simply want to style this heading 3. So this time we can use the ID selector. So here we need to use the ID attribute. Then again, let's say heading 3, although you can give meaningful names. So simply now to pick ID selector, simply use a hash, then this ID name. So let's say some styling, and at last font family. So again cursive. See, maybe width 60. Now see, so with selectors, we can easily style our elements. So the next selector is simply your attribute selector. So let's say we have a form in HTML. So let me first quickly have the form, then I'll show you. So here we have a simple form like for name, password, and email. So with attribute selector, what we can do, let's say we simply want to style this email input field. So that time, simply your input with angle bracket, and then simply type the type, that is email. Let's say simply background color to simply, let's say this one. See, we simply style input type email with the help of attribute selector. Then the next type is simply your descendant selector. So let me show you this also. So let's say to explain you this, let's say we simply have a div, and inside the div, let's say we have a heading, and let's say we simply have the paragraph, and let's say we simply have another paragraph. So this paragraph is simply inside the div, right? And this is outside the div. So let's say we simply want to style this paragraph, which is inside the div. So what we can do, we can go for this descendant selector. So for this, simply your div and then p tag and your p tag. So this way you will be selecting this paragraph which is inside the div. So let's say again background color to simply blue. See, we simply style the paragraph that is inside the div. Then again we have the child selector. Let's say we simply have the unordered list. So you will like, let's say first child and second child, and let's say we simply have a nested list as well, like ordered list inside the UL. So let's say we simply want to style this, the child of this UL, not this, the child of OL, which is a nested list. So that time what we can do, simply UL with a right angle bracket and then a line. So let's say this style type to simply, let's say square instead of this circle bullet point, and let's say the color, or maybe let's say the background color. See, the children of this UL got styled, whereas the nested child haven't got styled. So this was the child selector. So although we have other types of selector as well, but these were the most commonly used selectors. So I hope you understood about them in a much better way. So see you all in the next one. Till then, take care.